Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Brown House at Seven Pines. My name's Andy Brown. This is my backyard. And I do Tribute Tuesdays, a tribute to a different artist every Tuesday. Today, we're back to the Beatles. This is a very specifically themed show today. I have had in mind to do a show like this for a long time, and I'm glad to finally be sharing it with you. This is the entire first album of the Beatles. It's called Please Please Me, the first British album, because there is a distinction. For the first several albums, the American releases didn't usually have the same titles or the same track list, the same songs. So this is the first British album, Beatles, Please Please Me. I grew up in the CD era where they restored all of the song orders and album titles from the British releases, so I didn't know the American releases till later. So the Beatles' Please Please Me album, being the first album by the Beatles, was pretty historic because it really launched them into superstardom. And prior to that, they were relatively unknown outside of England, and this, of course, helped to get them a lot of notoriety. They recorded the bulk of this album. They recorded in one day, minus the singles that they had recorded previously. They recorded 10 songs in one 13-hour session, and this was one of those songs, the opening track. This is one that's become a staple of my repertoire because it adds great energy to a show. This is I Saw Her Standing There. And a little tidbit about this one, the count-off that you hear at the beginning was actually from a different take. They liked the count-off of one take better, so they spliced it onto the take they used on the album. 1, 2, 3, 4. When she was just 17, you know what I mean. And the way she looked was way beyond compare. So how could I dance with another? Oh, and I saw her standing there. Well, she looked at me, and I could see that before too long I'd fall in love with her. Well, she wouldn't dance with another. Oh, since I saw her standing there. Well, my heart went boom when I crossed that room, and I held her hand in my hand. Well, we danced through the night, and we held each other tight, and before too long I fell in love with her. Now I'll never dance with another. Oh, and I saw her standing there. Woo! Well, my heart went boom when I crossed that room, and I held her hand in my hand. Well, we danced through the night, and we held each other tight, and before too long I fell in love with her. Now I'll never dance with another. Oh, since I saw her standing there. Well, since I saw her standing there. Since I saw her standing there. Thank you very much. So that's an early Lennon-McCartney composition, at least an early one that was recorded. They did 8 songs they wrote on the first album and 6 songs that were cover songs that they did not write. Basically, George Martin, the producer, who had auditioned them and decided to record them, he said, what should we play for the album? And they basically decided that they would use whatever their live act was at that time, what they were playing at the Cavern Club. They went to the Cavern Club and thought about recording there, but it wasn't really a good recording environment, so they basically just took what they did there and played it in the studio. So this next song is the second track off of the album. This is called Misery. And this was one of the early Beatle tracks that had overdubs, and the first album doesn't have a lot of overdubs where they re-recorded another part after the fact. It was mostly played live, but George Martin, the producer, put a little piano chord at the beginning on this one, and he did that. The Beatles weren't even there, just added a little flourishes to a few of the songs. So this is Misery. The world is treating me bad, misery. I'm the kind of guy who never used to cry. The world is treating me bad, misery. I've lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag, misery. I'll remember all the little things we've done. She'll remember and she'll miss her only one, only one. Send her back to me, 'cause everyone can see without her I will be in misery. I'll remember all the little things we've done. Can't she see she'll always be the only one, lonely one? Send her back to me, 'cause everyone can see without her I will be in misery. Oh, in misery. Ooh, my misery. La 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 la, misery. Oh, in misery. Thank you. So that's a pretty cheerful song for having the title Misery. But yeah, that also nice and short. That one might have come in at 2 minutes or just under. But yeah, some of the early Beatles songs are pretty simple in the songwriting, but still effective, and were a lot of fun. This next song was not written by the Beatles. This was recorded by Arthur Alexander. The Beatles covered a couple of songs by him, this being one of them. This is called Anna, Go to Him. Anna, you come and ask me, girl, to set you free, girl. You say he loves you more than me, so I will set you free. Go with him, Anna, go with him. Anna, Anna, girl, before you go now, I want you to know now that I still love you so. But if he loves you more, go with him. Anna, go with him. All of my life very much. So the first song, I saw her standing there, was sung by Paul McCartney. The second and third songs were sung by John Lennon. I'll bring that up because the next two songs are sung by George and then Ringo, respectively. So each member of the group got a chance to sing at least one song, sometimes two or three in George's case, and the rest were split by John and Paul. And this is a song written by Goffin and King, the great songwriting team that wrote a lot of early rock and roll songs, and Carole King proceeded to continue writing great songs. And this is called Chains. I think the original artist of this song was the Cookies or something like that. I don't have a lot of familiarity with the original recording, but it was one of the songs the Beatles did, so I knew it from that. And this has a little harmonica part at the beginning, but it's in B flat, and I don't own a B flat harmonica. It's not a very common key for guitarists anyway, so this is Chains.
Are sweet. I like to kiss them, but darling, I'm imprisoned by these chains. Baby's got me locked up in chains, and they ain't the kind that you can see. Oh, these chains of love got a hold on me, yeah. Chains of love, chains of love.
Thank you. Yeah, that'll suffice, and I will get to the harmonica soon because we've got some good early Beatles songs had harmonica on them. Didn't use it as much as the years went on, but early on for sure. So that was by a girl group. The next song's by another girl group. The Beatles actually recorded 1/7 of their first album is by the Sherelles. So this is the first song by the Sherelles. There's going to be another one a little bit later. Ringo sang this one. The song is called Boys, and of course, to have the song make sense, they had to change some of the words a little bit, but this is one of Ringo's songs. He did this at a lot of the Beatles live shows, so I don't know if they played it in Milwaukee. They did one show in Milwaukee at County Stadium, or no, that was at an indoor venue downtown before the stadium tours. But this was one that Ringo likely would have done because he did it for the first few years of the Beatles touring. This is called Boys.
I've been told when a boy gets girl, take a trip around the world. Hey, hey, bop, shoo, bop, 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 shoo, bop, hey, hey, bop, shoo, bop, 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 shoo, bop, hey, hey, bop, shoo, bop, oh, think that, bop, shoo, bop. My girl says when I kiss her lips, gets a thrill to a fingertip, hey, hey, bop, shoo, bop, 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 shoo, bop, hey, hey, bop, shoo, bop, 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 shoo, bop, hey, hey, bop, shoo, bop, oh, think that, bop, shoo, bop. Well, I'll talk about her lips, gets a thrill to her fingertips. Hey, hey, bop, shoo, bop, bop, shoo, bop, hey, hey, bop, shoo, bop, shoo, bop, hey, hey, bop, shoo, bop. Oh, things that you do, bop, shoo, bop. Well, I'm talking about boys, yeah, yeah, boys. Don't you know I mean boys, yeah, yeah, boys. Well, I'm talking about boys now. Oh, yeah, yeah, boys. Well, I'm talking about boys now. What about the joy, joy, joy? Well, I'm talking about boys, yeah, yeah, boys. Don't you know I mean boys, yeah, yeah, boys. Talking about boys now. Oh, yeah, yeah, boys. Well, I'm talking about boys now. What about the joy?
Thank you. Thank you very much. So those first 5 songs, if I'm keeping track of everything correctly, those were all recorded in that epic recording session day. I think it was February 11th, 1963, where they did a 13-hour session. And the next song, Ask Me Why, was pre-recorded because it was the B-side of the Please Please Me single. So this is another Lennon-McCartney early song. This is called Ask Me Why.
I love you, 'cause you tell me things I want to know. And it's true that it really only goes to show that I know I should never, never, never be blue. Now you're mine, and my happiness near makes me cry. And in time, you'll understand the reason why. If I cry, it's not because I'm sad. You're the only love that I've ever had. I can't believe it's happened to me. I can't conceive of any more misery. Ask me why, I'll say I love you, and I'm always thinking of you. I love you, 'cause you tell me things I want to know. And it's true that it really only goes to show that I know that I should never, never, never be blue. Ask me why, I'll say I love you, and I'm always thinking of you.
Thank you very much. So that was the B-side. This is the A-side. Please Please Me was a really important song. Not only was it the title track, but when George Martin recorded the Beatles, the first song, the first single they put out in Britain was Love Me Do, which is also on this album. And for the follow-up single, he said, let me find you a song, I want to find you a hit to sing. And he actually did find them a song, and the song did become a #1 hit, but not for the Beatles. The Beatles said, we'll play along, but really, they even recorded the song, but said, please, no pun intended, please let us record our own song. They wrote a song, and it was sort of a, John Lennon described it, it was more like a Roy Orbison song, kind of like a ballad with a big note, please, please me. He even sang that like that in the interview that he was talking about this song. So George Martin said if you pep it up a little bit, it might work, and so they did that. Another inspiration for this song was, John Lennon said, the Bing Crosby song. I don't know the song, but it had the line, please lend your little ears to my pleas. And he said he always loved the double use of the word please. So some definite inspiration from previous pop music for this one. And so they sped it up a little bit, and this is really just a fun song, so I'm going to play it.
out complaining, but you know there's always rain in my heart. In my heart, I do all the pleasing with you. It's so hard to reason with you. Oh yeah, why do you make me blue? Last night I said these words to my girl. I know you never even try, girl. Come on, 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 please, please me, oh yeah, like I please, please me, oh yeah, like I please, please me, oh yeah, like I please
Thank you. Thank you very much. And so the Beatles were rewarded for their boldness by telling George Martin, take your song you found for us and use it for somebody else. We want to do our own song, and they got a #1 hit out of that. So that is the end of side one. Because it's a warm day, we're going to do a really brief intermission about the time it would take you to flip a record over and put the needle back on. So if you need to grab a drink, we have a cooler there with water, seltzer, beer, soda. Help yourself. If you need to put your chair in the shade somewhere, feel free to move around and we'll take a very brief break to flip the record over. I think this is going to end up being one of the shows with the most amount of songs. Unless I do another Beatles tribute, the British albums had 14 songs, and the American albums usually only had 10 songs, and so they just wanted to get 14 tracks on this one. So usually my 45-minute shows end up being around 9 or 10 songs. But with a lot of these songs being just over 2 minutes, it still works. All right, side two. This is another really well-known Beatles song. Please Please Me generally speaking, was not the first that America heard of the Beatles. Neither was Love Me Do. That wouldn't come until they had a #1 hit with I Want to Hold Your Hand, and then everything that they had recorded before that song started to creep into the American mainstream. So Please Please Me and Love Me Do did gain some fame in America after I Want to Hold Your Hand came out and after the Beatles were on the Ed Sullivan Show. So this was the first British single that the Beatles put out, and features the harmonica pretty heavily, and Paul sang the lead part on the chorus because John was playing harmonica. I can't do both simultaneously, so I've taken some liberties a little bit with the arrangement of this one, but this is Love Me Do.
Love me do. You know I love you. I'll always be true. So please, love me do. Oh, love me do. Love me do. You know I love you. I'll always be true. So please, love me do. Oh, love me do. There's someone to love.
Thank you. So that was the A side of the Beatles' first British single. The B side was P.S. I Love You, and that's Paul's song that I'm going to do now.
As I write this letter, send my love to you. Remember that I'll always be in love with you. Treasure these few words while we're together. Keep all my love forever. P.S. I love you. I'll be coming home again to you, love, until the day I do, love. P.S. I love you. As I write this letter, send my love to you. Remember that I'll always, be in love with you. Treasure these few words while we're together. Keep all my love forever. P.S. I love you. As I write this letter, send my love to you. You know I want you to remember that I'll always, be in love with you. I'll be coming home again to you, love, until the day I do, love. P.S. I love you. I love you.
Thank you. Time for Sherelles' song number 2. This is one of the first Beatles songs I learned to play. It wasn't the first, for sure. It was one of the first I performed in public, I'll say that. At my very first solo show in college, I played this song. I don't know why, really. I liked the song. It's in the key of G, which is a really easy key for guitarists, so I thought maybe I'll hedge my bets and just make sure I can actually play the chords that are in this one. That's probably, now that I think about it, one of the reasons I picked to play it, but I still love the song. Another Sherelles song. This is Baby It's You.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. 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 Sha-la-la-la-la. It's not the way you smile touched my heart. Sha-la-la-la-la. It's not the way you kiss tears me apart. Oh, many, many, many nights go by. Sit alone at home and I cry over you. What can I do? Can't help myself. 'Cause baby, it's you. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. Baby, it's you. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la. You should hear what they say about you. Cheat, cheat. Sha-la-la-la-la. They say you're never, 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 ever being true. Cheat, cheat. Oh, it doesn't matter what they say. I know I'm gonna love you any old way. What can I do when it's true? Don't want nobody, nobody. 'Cause baby, it's you. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. Baby, it's you. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. Doesn't matter what they say. I know I'm gonna love you any old way. What can I do? And it's true. Don't want nobody, nobody. 'Cause baby, it's you. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. Baby, it's you. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. Don't leave me all alone. Please come home.
Thank you. So next up in the song list is a George song, a song that George sang, early Lennon-McCartney song that they wrote. This song was inspired by Snow White. John Lennon heard Snow White saying, "Do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell?" And that's the first couple lines of the song. So, yeah, this is just a fun early Lennon-McCartney song that George got to sing. Do you want to know a secret?
You'll never know how much I really love you. You'll never know how much I really care. Listen, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? Oh, closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the words you long to hear. I'm in love with you. Ooh, listen. Do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? Oh, closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the words you long to hear. I'm in love with you. Ooh, I've known a secret for a week or two. Nobody knows, just we two. Listen, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? Let me whisper in your ear. Say the words you long to hear. I'm in love with you.
Thank you. Next song is A Taste of Honey, and this was also an instrumental by Herb Alpert. I don't know which recording came first. That was intended to be part of my homework. I don't know why the Beatles heard the song Taste of Honey or why they knew it had words for it. One interesting thing I thought about the song, though, was I recently watched the Beatles Get Back documentary on Disney+, and Billy Preston comes into those sessions and ends up playing on the rooftop concert, but they actually knew Billy Preston all the way back from their days playing in Hamburg, and apparently they used to like to jam with Billy, and his favorite song to pick was A Taste of Honey. So just kind of an interesting story about that song and its place in the early Beatles catalog. So this is A Taste of Honey.
A taste of honey, tasting much sweeter than wine. I dream of your first kiss, and then I feel upon my lips again a taste of honey, tasting much sweeter than wine. Yes, I will return. I'll come back for the honey and you. Yours was the kiss that woke my heart. It lingers still, though we're far apart. A taste of honey, tasting much sweeter than wine. I will return, yes, I will return. I'll come back, he'll come back for the honey, and you.
Thank you very much. So that was track 12. And we're getting close to the end here, 14 songs in total. This is the last Lennon-McCartney song to be featured on the album in the track order. So this is called There's a Place. There is a place where I can go when I feel low, when I feel blue, and it's my mind, and there's no time when I'm alone. I think of you and things you say around my head, the things you said, like I love only you. In my mind there's no sorrow, don't you know that it's so? There'll be no sad tomorrow, don't you know that it's so? There is a place where I can go when I feel low, when I feel blue, and it's my mind, and there's no time when I'm alone. There's a place, there's a place, there's a place, there's a place. Thank you very much. So the last song of this album, I think you all know. It was also the last song they recorded in the epic 13-hour session. They were saving this song all day because John had a cold, apparently, and needed to take cough drops all day just to save up for this song. They did this song. They tried a second take. It was not happening. He had totally blown his voice out on the first track. I'm not going to sing it like that. He said, I couldn't sing the thing. I was just screaming it. I'm not really going to scream it. I do perform a lot, and I don't want to jeopardize myself too much, so I have to hedge a little bit. But this is a song that the Isley Brothers recorded, and I think that was the version that the Beatles heard. This is Twist and Shout. Let's start that over. I'm playing the riff in the wrong key. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me for Tribute Tuesdays. My name's Andy Brown. I'll be back here same time next week, noon, because I've got a concert to play in Black River Falls. So, noon next week. Townes Van Zandt is the artist I'm covering. You might not know him by name, but he wrote a #1 country hit for Willie Nelson and Merle Haggard called Poncho and Lefty, so that might be one reason why you might have heard him through that song. But he's one of my favorite songwriters, not really well known, but I'm going to do a Townes Van Zandt tribute at noon next Tuesday, and the rest of the schedule is posted on our website, or there are little flyers out in the front yard. You can grab one of those. We have our June one posted there too, and then on the website we have all the way through July planned. So thank you again so much for joining me here today. I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for coming out to Tribute Tuesdays.